Good afternoon. This afternoon, two of us will be doing a presentation on this topic of tourism opportunity for forest dwelling communities. I will do the presentation first on Borneo Ecotours and SUKAU Rainforest Lodge, and then Lian Hong will do a presentation on how we carry out our community environment project through Best Society, our NGO. We started Borneo Ecotours in 1991, 28 years ago, 29 years this year, as an inbound specialist tour company to create economic benefits for the community and also minimize negative impact on the environment. Few years later, in 95, we set up another company just to manage to operate an eco lodge, SUKAU Rainforest Lodge, to promote basically wildlife tourism in a remote area to create jobs for the village people in SUKAU village. Then during this process, when we operating the two companies, we were doing projects, community and welfare projects under our company. Then in 2007, 13 years ago, we decided that it was time to set up a separate NGO to manage our community environment projects as they become more and more big. And this NGO in 2013 received recognition from UNWTO for our innovative approach to try to shift our focus from charity to social entrepreneurship. So this is our business model. We started as a profit-making company under Borneo Ecotours and SUKAU Rainforest Lodge. But as the business become established, we focus more and more on environment project, as well as putting more emphasis on helping the community to integrate with the business that we do. So this is what we call a triple bottom line approach. First, to focus on profit and then on people and planet. So the business model is that Borneo Ecotours and SUKAU Rainforest Lodge contribute part of our income as well as our guests that we handle. So part of those altogether, every guest we handle, 32 ringgit Malaysia will go towards our NGO to finance our project. So since 1996, we have Borneo Ecotours and SUKAU basically provided 60% of the total income of Borneo Ecotourism Best Society, we call it. So this is basically the breakdown of the different sources of income that contribute towards our community and environment project over the years. So this is the location, the aerial view of SUKAU Rainforest Lodge, right on the Kinabalu River in the jungle, where we operate the lodge since 1995. The lodge was set up because this has a very high diversity of wildlife in the jungle up on the river bank, where we built our first 20 units of rooms. The focus was primarily at first to promote wildlife tourism, but also at the same time to create employment opportunity, because we believe that poverty eradication, the first responsibility is to create job opportunity so that we can provide stability, social stability, as well as economic development to the local people. So we were very fortunate that we have somebody in SUKAU, the village, who saw the need to create jobs, especially at the end of a logging period here. There was no employment opportunity. So ecotourism was the right time to create job opportunity for the young generation through this Kari, who was at the time looking for other business opportunity for his children. So the lodge was opened in 1995, and we have 20 rooms. This is the lobby area, and 2 years ago we built another 20 villas of the deluxe standard category, another 20, making a total of 40 rooms. This is an aerial view. To the left is the lodge itself, SUKAU Rainforest Lodge, which became a charter member of National Geographic Unique Lodges of the World 5 years ago. To the right is a piece of land that we bought as a part of our conservation strategy of the rainforest from funds that we raised as well through our guests. So this piece of land was basically bought for the purpose of conservation. And on this piece of land, which we call BORNEO Land Conservancy, we have put up a building in 2 years ago, for the purpose of conducting research on this area, so that the land can generate, hopefully the project can generate some income to make it self-sustaining. The facilities at the place, this is completed just last year. The facilities of this place include some 9 rooms, twin-bedded with mosquito netting fans, so that the research student and backpackers, budget traveler can stay here and generate some income for our continuing community project in this area as well as elsewhere. Facilities include toilet, bathroom, kitchenette, rainwater harvesting to provide for water, hot water heating. So it's all complete with an office and leisure area as well. In addition to what we do at the lodge, we also begin to become more active in conservation strategy, not just at the lodge itself, but also elsewhere. So we have started since 2018 install artificial hornbill box to increase the population of hornbill. As a result of the logging in the last 50 years, big trees with hollows have been depleted or cut down. As a result, hornbill population has declined. So we are doing this project to increase the population of hornbill in the area with the help of scientists, so that we are beginning to see results of hornbill visiting these net spots, and it usually takes about 2 to 3 years for hornbill to feel comfortable before they start using the box. Another project we have started, instead of buying land, we have decided 3 years ago to work with the community by the name of this local fisherman, Musaling Abdullah, who owns 5 over acres of land. So he is very determined to keep his land unspoiled. And together with him, we are promoting this land to help him to generate some income so that he doesn't have to convert this land into palm oil, rubber plantation. This land is special, has a special significance simply because this is where the elephant crossed from this side of the riverbank to the other side because of its very suitable low-lying terrain. So Musaling has kindly agreed to work with us so that all our tourists who want to go to this spot of land to be guided by him, he will take over. And last year he generated the income from this piece of land, generated 5,000 ringgit Malaysia, which is a great start considering it's just 2 years. So how we help the community is in this project, we have what we call KIULU FARMSTAY, which we started working in 2014. It's called an integrated community-based tourism project simply because tourism by itself cannot create all the employment that is needed for the community. So we want to do an integrated approach. First, we want to diversify the sources of income by creating different market segments, providing different accommodation standards. And here you see a twin-bedded chalet with self-contained facilities built with bamboo structure and some facilities so that they will complement the local community who provide the homestays. We also add camp beds so that we can cater to a bigger group of local visitors before we try to target on international market. We will try to capture the local market and provide more alternatives for them to spend their short holiday and weekends. So the homestay, we try to encourage 10 families to participate in this homestay program. Before we came, they had no income at all. So for the last few years since we started working with them, the income from homestay has increased. We have brought in the students from technical college and school and university to help them upgrade their skill. So the role here, most important, is to upgrade their capacity building, increase their skill set so that they can generate employment and income opportunity before they can even consider to do conservation work. What we are trying to do is to slow down the opening of more land for agriculture through whatever land that they have already. So some of this investment is quite heavy, like quad biking, which Borneo Ecotours will invest in because the community do not have the capacity to invest in new infrastructure. So the chalets and the quad bikes facilities are all put in by Borneo Ecotours to use this as a catalyst so that they can generate income opportunity for the community. So up to now, up to last year, a total of 88 people in the village has already benefited directly and indirectly. These four local people are the direct result of the employment by Borneo Ecotours for them since we started. How we go about it is to create mechanism through setting up a community NGO called MUKEST. And every tourist we bring in, we will contribute 10 ringgit Malaysia to this fund, which will then be managed by the community, which enable them to have to build their experience on how to manage their own funds to upgrade their facilities in the community. So it has, over the last 4 years, you can see that of the 3 sources of income, quad bike, fig trees, homestay, quad bike has been able to generate 16,000 fund for the community. Our fig tree, the chalet, the 2-bedroom chalet generated 10,000, and the homestay generated funding for the community NGO 5,000, making it a total of 32,000. So although it is still not make a break even for Borneo Ecotours, but the community has already been benefiting from day one. So what is more important is that as the business grow, the NGO in the community help to be self-reliant to manage their own affairs and decide how best to spend the funds they have to build the facility, to repair the facility in the community, to empower them to have their own, to make their own decisions with the help of Borneo Ecotours and Best Society. So the critical part of our whole thing is that they build their own skill set. they build their own self-confidence, they determine their own destiny. Couple of years ago, I think this is a very noble project. We try to promote the utilization of natural resources in the jungle. So 2 years ago, we started this competition to get the local people to build their own chalets using bamboo so that they can be incorporated into our homestay program, as well as the chalet for our tours. Yeah, so here I think I will hand over to Lian to continue the second part of the this presentation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Teo. So following up to what has been shared, this was one of Borneo Ecotours and Best Society's initiative together with the local communities through MUKEST, which is to nurture an emerging industry developing sustainable building products and crafts from bamboo as an alternative source of income. So this was also to promote preservation and also restoration of native and natural forests by replacing with bamboo products. So what we did is we had a bamboo hut competition, and at the end of the day, the winning bamboo homestays were then further developed as market-ready product with the support from Best Society and Borneo Ecotours. Another one of Best Society's initiative together with the local communities of MUKEST, which is through their bamboo straws project. As bamboo can be found in abundance here in KIULU, the locals themselves have also embarked on this bamboo straw making to replace plastic straws. Not only that this has a positive environmental impact, but also opportunity for them to earn additional income. So as you can see here, since October 2018 till late last year, they have actually managed to sell a total of 40,000 ringgit Malaysia. Bamboo straws itself has already managed to sell for a total of 21,000 ringgit. And the pouch, which is actually sewn by the local communities, the ladies from KIULU, have also managed to sell of a total of 18,000 ringgit. So these are some of the bamboo projects of which the local communities were involved. And also late last year in December, they were also involved in the making of bamboo lanterns, specially ordered by Rasaria, Shangri-La Rasaria. Another one of Best Society's initiative is whereby we actually held a pitching competition intended to see exciting business capable of creating job opportunities in the rural area. So some of the participants that came forward and joined this pitching competition actually brought forward their ideas that revolves around the theme of community-based tourism projects. Just to share with all of you, this is one of our recipients, our pitch competition recipient, whereby the locals see the potential of nature-based tourism on a land measuring about 8 acres and owned by the locals themselves. They have started receiving guests since last year, which have also generated incomes for the local communities. Here you will see that there are tourists, international and also local tourists who are starting to go to the area to see for themselves the biggest flower in the world. Another one of Best Society's initiative through this pitching competition. This is also one of our recipients whereby one of the local communities is working on a coffee project. It started with one family who began to see the potential of coffee farmstay business and on a piece of underutilized agricultural land owned by the locals themselves. Communities have begun to see the importance of preserving their natural environment that attracts travelers to come and experience educational agrotourism at their place. And here, They have already benefited 15 families who have grown coffee beans, and hopefully to encourage more families to plant Arabica coffee. And here you see that they have also started receiving since last year guests, international guests, and also local guests to experience the coffee farm stay experience. And lastly, so this is also one of our pitch competition recipient, whereby the community themselves are involved with producing crafts using sustainable materials such as bamboo. So even for these groups, they've also produced bamboo lanterns, even bamboo cups, bamboo straws, bamboo baskets made of sustainable materials. I think that's all. Thank you.